Hey guys, it's Games here, and in today's video, telling from the title, I will be talking about Bendy and the Dark Revival. But first, I needed to check other sources and to see what others' opinions are about, and intertwine them with mine and my opinions, and if they were the same. So I have some sources to announce, and there's only two, surprisingly, and they're two of the best YouTubers that I've watched, and shouts to them. I'll put the videos in the description, and here we go. And they are Bendyplaz and SuperHorroBro, and yeah, shouts to them again, and I'll make sure to leave a video of both of theirs that has their opinions and theories in the description below, so make sure you check it out and give them some love. Two of the best YouTubers that I watch every single day, and yeah, so enjoy and get ready for some elements of their opinions and kind of rewording it and trying to make it my own a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to shout them out, so here we go. Let's get into this mystery. Let's start with all the social medias that released the teaser for Audrey. So Audrey seems to be a new character that we play as, seen in the trailer for Bendy and the Dark Revival. Same clothes and same powers, as seen on her left hand. And she has this swirl, and when she got close to that one of the members of the Butcher Gang, she put her hand on him, and he just disappeared and disintegrated into this glowing light, which may be indicating that she set the soul free that was trapped inside the dark, inky, darkness, and she helped them. This means that she holds the power to set all of the souls free and will be the hero of Bendy and the Dark Revival. From one of my sources, and what I was also thinking, is that Audrey might have been the one to write those glowing gold ink messages, since her eyes and her hand with the swirl have this glowing ink, and that she might have been the one to write all those messages that you have to see through that glass thing that Allison gives you in chapter 5. But the messages on the wall might help a little bit, but if these two beings can meet and interact with one another, they can escape, and Henry will be free at last, and others will be free, their soul will be free, no more suffering in the inky darkness. Henry would have never written those notes because he would have changed something while he was in the studio in order to free himself, but instead he just resets it and keeps going to Joey Drew and his house and opens the door and re-enters the studio. And he keeps doing that, and if he were the one to been writing the notes, he would have already made an effort to find something new instead of repeating over and over as a never-ending cycle. Audrey might have wanted to warn Henry of doing the same thing will equal repeating the cycle, and he will not be set free. If you look in Henry's cell in chapter 5, you will see a series of golden glowing art behind him, and which you can see with that glass thing that Allison gives you. It has a swirl like Audrey's swirl on her hand, and it says trust her, meaning that we should trust her instead of Allison, because behind Allison there's a message that says, "She will leave you for dead," which refers to when you had to go alone and defeat Beast Bendy all on your own. Audrey wants to help Henry escape from the studio, but they have to meet in person because the messages aren't really getting through to Henry because he's still repeating his cycle over and over and over again. So finally, in Bendy and the Dark Revival, Henry and Audrey might finally meet and will help each other be set free. Mostly Audrey helping Henry out because Henry has been struggling to find a way out of the cycle, and it's finally time to beat the cycle of the studio. Audrey might have been a worker that was hired after Henry left the studio. While Henry was gone, she discovered that Joey Drew has been lying to her and her co-workers, and that later led her to write on the walls that Joey lied to us. She also wrote a message on Henry's desk which says he was born here, indicating that Bendy was born from Henry's drawing. So all the way back to Bendy and the Dark Revival trailer. Audrey was confused and scared of all of her surroundings and why she was the form she was. And certainly she is not in the mood to help someone out, and she does not know where she is. She doesn't know her surroundings, and so she doesn't have advice of knowing where to go and how to escape the studio. What this means is that we get to see her be born from the ink machine and see her grow and search for answers, and as she goes on her adventure, she gets wiser and wiser, and that's why she writes the messages on the wall to help others find their way out. We also see how she can control her powers and learn how to set others free, and we get to join her on the adventure as well, which is pretty cool. Some other big news is that Bendy has a new design, and it's creepier than ever. He appears to have a more sinister smile with a new touch of actual looking human teeth, which might mean that he has evolved and learned the ability to talk. And I think we know how he's going to sound. I will insert the clip.
A pretty girl like you shouldn't be wandering around all by yourself.
Ooh, that's just creepy. So, imagine you're just running away from him and he's like, "Come here," or whatever. It's just very creepy. Even though it was already creepy enough, him chasing you around the studio and you're like trying to find a miracle box and he's right at your butt. And then he can talk now. And maybe he's mocking you while you're trying to hide. He's like, come out, wherever you are," or something creepy. It just adds another creepiness to the whole atmosphere, which is pretty cool. You could see these designs in the new merch that the Meatly released on shirts. And there was a leak of some Bendy and the Dark Revival hanger toys, which feature new designs of the Bendy and Tom and our new character Audrey, and it also features Sammy Lawrence. Another thing that I got from my sources was that the book, the first game, and Bendy and the Dark Revival are like the past, present, and future. Boom! Such mind-blowing things. And it all makes sense, in a way or another. It's up to Audrey to set things right. and once and for all, set us free. That's all for now, and if you like videos like this, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell notifications. You've probably seen YouTubers do this, but to statistics, it seems like 88.9% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed, and only 11.1% are. So please make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification again. And it's free, and you get notified every time I upload, and I very much appreciate it. So you guys give me the motivation to do videos like this and put effort into them. So thank you, and bye.
I can't